$3,400 Ethereum, guys. So I want to speak about the next big trade on Ethereum, because right now we're sitting at an area where we have two boxes, right? We have the possibility of maybe somehow this is the local top, right? For maybe Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum. And the next support's all the way back down close to 2,700. And then on the upside, if we get through this area over here, the next target is $4,400. So guys, today I'm going to be showing you the trades that I'm taking on Ethereum. I think the Ethereum ETF news, the hype, I think it's all about to come. We have the upgrades happening in the next week. There's a lot to happen. So today I'm going to show you guys the trades that I'm taking. It's very much Ethereum and Bitcoin based. And I'm going to show you guys not only with trades, I'm going to also show you with options of how to use calculated leverage. It's basically calculated leverage on how to take advantage of the next major move without putting a lot of money in. So guys, no more wasting time. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, if you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Remember, all the time, we are going to bring you guys different views and different aspects of the market. Today, I do want to focus a lot around options and show you guys how to trade the market with options. We have leverage for maybe a couple of months, maybe a year or two, but eventually leverage will start to disappear. And you got to look at the different ways and different tools of making money within the market. And right now you have a really good volatile market. So I'm going to show you guys one or two spot trades on Ethereum on what I think you can take advantage of on the next major move, especially going into ETF hype. And if we have Bitcoin break all-time high early before the halving, it's very likely Ethereum can break all-time high too. And then you can use advantage of price discovery, right? Of how to trade this. I'm going to help you guys on how to detect how to trade that, as well as possible some leverage, low leverage entries, and then obviously the option entries as well for you guys. So let's jump straight into it. So obviously the big thing over here is the next resistance on Bitcoin that we have is all-time highs. We have now cracked this previous one at 60,000. So the big question here, is there a little fake out coming? The honest truth about Bitcoin right now is areas to buy is now dropped to around $50,000, maybe even slightly lower. That's sort of the area where you would like to see a little bit of a melt up in order to get a good price on Bitcoin. It is getting slightly overvalued, but it just keeps smashing through these barriers here. And right now we smashed this one. So it's pretty likely that we should go test the all-time highs. And the question is, will we break through it? I think if we break through it, we're going to do something very similar to what we did in the last cycle, where we creeped up slowly to the all-time highs, which was around $20,000. We sat there for maybe 2-3 weeks. In that time, Ethereum exploded pretty fast when we did slow down over here. But once we get through it, I think we just fly. So it's very much likely that right now, the market may not stop. And we got to pay attention to that, because the bull market comes quickly and it disappears, right? It comes for a couple of months, gives you insane gains, and then it starts to disappear. And all the people that are naysayers and say it's going to pull back, yes, there's possibility of pullback, but there's also possibility it doesn't pull back. And what it's going to do is going to force you to buy in a lot later, and basically get to the point of possibly buying the top where you should be getting out of the market. So right now, as it stands, I'm slightly more bullish than bearish. I do think take time when it comes to buying investments and buying tokens in the market. Wait for some nice big red days. Remember, use things like crypto bubbles. When you see a massive red day on the daily over here, that's the time to go pick up some specials. When the markets are pumping like this, just celebrate and work with your winning trades. That's what you do. Don't make any mistakes. Don't jump in too fast. Keep it nice and simple. So let's jump in. So right now, Bitcoin's still more to the upside, but let's go to Ethereum. So now that Bitcoin got through 60K, it gives me a lot of hope that ETH should get past this area over here. And it's basically, if you start looking at the two charts together, this area over here is around about, the 50 to 60K area for Bitcoin. And once we get through that, obviously opens to all-time highs. So it's the same thing with Ethereum. Once it gets through this over here, this opens up a massive push. So we're going to take advantage over here. So guys, what I'm showing you guys today, this video is sponsored by Deribit, and they are partners within the show. And Deribit over here, it's a platform where you can trade spot, futures, and options. So guys, the same thing. If I'm trading spot right now, and I wanted to go bullish on Ethereum as it stands, if you zoom in slightly, you will see that there's an initial momentum trend on Ethereum, and it's sitting right at resistance. If it gets through this resistance, it's going to fly very quickly to the upside. So if I wanted to start buying here, I must also know that there's a possibility of a retest here of around 3,300. These are more or less the areas to accumulate, and where to protect myself with a stop loss would be under this area over here. And that for me would be a spot trade. So my buys would be around 3,300 to 3,400 on Ethereum. My stop loss will be around 3,150. So around about 7 to 10% risk. And my take profits will be close to the all-time highs, which is around 4,400 to 4,600. So risk to reward, it's a really good trade if you're just trading it on spot, no leverage, anything like that. If it is leverage, I wouldn't do more than 1 to 2x. And as it builds up, I could possibly, start increasing that slightly. But this is offered to you guys. You got the spot and the future sections, and it's mainly focused around Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is where you can look to open up those trades. And then what I want to show you guys here is options. So remember, options, you got two things. You got calls and puts. Calls, if you're bullish, think if the market's going to go up, and puts is if the market's going to go down. And you have an option, to basically have one of these and to have the strength of the Ethereum to the up or the downside. So you're not paying for the entire Ethereum. You're basically buying an option for a specific amount of time. So for example, if I show you this over here and I click on the options section and I'm interested in Ethereum, if I look below this is all the option expiry dates that I can choose. So what it basically means is if I'm going to choose, let's say March, and in this instance, I'm going to choose the end of March. I think March could be a quite bullish month for Ethereum. I just think there's a lot of hype, upgrade, a lot of things happening. I'm able to basically sort of wanted to predict the markets of where it's going to go in March. And I think it's going to go bullish, right? And then what you could see over here, there's a whole bunch of options. And what it's basically meaning is I can buy an option and a price for Ethereum, right? And if I want to buy it obviously cheaper than what it is now, I'll pay a little bit more money. So you can see over here, these are the two, this is like the range of the prices of the current options. And you can see if I want to buy it cheaper over here, these are the prices. Now, for example, if I wanted to buy it at 2,200, it's telling me here I must pay $1,300, right, for that option. Now, if I buy that, I need to add the 2,200 plus what I'm paying, and it basically equals to where the price is now, right? 3,500. Now, the only difference is if Ethereum decides to go up in that time and it decides to go higher, than 3,500 by the time we get to this time frame or any time during the month to 29th of March, I make money on that entire Ethereum. So if we decide to go to $4,500, I only paid the 2,000, let's just see again which one it was. Here we go. The $2,200 plus that. So I only paid this $1,300 out of my own pocket. Yet the price difference between 3,500 and 4,500 is $1,000. So I would make $1,000 from my $1,300 that I put in. So you're not actually buying the full Ethereum. Okay, you're buying an option that costs a specific price to hold the Ethereum for that specific time for the trade that you're wanting. So it sounds a little bit expensive now, but if you start going down and if you're bullish for the month, if you look at the ones that are nearby over here, you got these ones here at 3,500 and 3,600 over here, right? Sort of where we're at. Now you have an option over here between the $290 to $300 to buy at 3,500. What you do have to realize, though, is you must add that amount to the price that you're buying it at. So if it's 3,500 over here, I'm adding 300. So my average entry price is $3,800. Now, if price goes to $4,500, I make everything above that $3,800 that I put in. So if it goes to $4,800, I make $1,000, yet I only put in $300. So what I'm doing, guys, I do think there is a bet. And I'm also going to show the other side if you're thinking the market's going to go down. And that's on this side over here. But I'm going to take this bet over here where I'm buying one of these options. You can buy multiple of them. But here we go. One of the options that I want to be buying. And you'll see on the right-hand side over here is the bid list, the people that are buying and selling, right? And you can see right now the price, they'll be slightly a little bit higher. So I just want to go back here and show you the range. You can see that this is the bottom range of the orders, and this is the top range. And what you can do is you can put a limit order and wait for it to fill. I just usually choose, if it's a little bit of a price difference of $6, I just usually choose this one over here and click in the buy section. I have now bought the actual option. So if you go below all the options here, you can now see my option is open for the 29th of March. So that's the bullish side, right? That's me being bullish. And remember, if it goes to my target, now I'm going to end up making 300% on my capital. So what's nice about this is usually with leverage, you know, you got to put in your money, you got to put on a 3x and you got to go. The only thing with that is you don't know your loss, right? You can have your stop loss, but if it goes slightly below that or you cancel your stop loss, you know, you can end up getting liquidated. Here, the biggest loss that I can take is price goes the other way and I struggle to sell my option. Therefore, I can lose the $280 by the expiry. So I already know what my loss is. I know that the most that I can lose is $280 to $290 what I paid for the option, and the most that I can make, obviously, is let's say it even goes above 5,000. There's not really a cap of how much I can make in that specific time. And another way it's also been like that can help you guys a lot is if you want to take bets for later on in the year. So you can see all the different dates. If you want to see what 27th of December, where you think Ethereum will be, if you want to buy the option right now, it'll cost you $900. And if Ethereum's $8,000 or $5,000 at the end of the year, you can see the amount of money that you want. So this is a really great way to take a couple of bets. It costs you a lot less than buying the actual Ethereum itself. And again, it can become very powerful, guys. Now, the next one I want to quickly show you over here is the put side. So if you think price is going to go down. So what this basically means is if you're here at this 3,500, you will see that if I want to go short, it basically means I think the price is going to go down. I can also buy this put over here, which is, let's see the price of it. It's also around the same price now, which is the areas of around $270 to $280. And I can buy this if I want. So here's an example. I will hedge my position. So I'll take the nearest one over here. And let's just click through. There we go. It's gone through. So now I've basically hedged, which this, if either one plays out now, won't really make money. Okay. But if I choose one side, it can work really well, unless you go one side bigger than the other. But what I've basically betted on is if I pay my $270 and I minus it from this 3,500, it basically means around anything below $3,200 I will make. So if I go back to the chart over here and I see, okay, Ethereum, if things get really bearish in this market right now, Ethereum can come back down to 2,600. Okay, so that means if my entry is at 3,200 and we go to 2,600, end of the day, I can make up to $600 to the downside, which is around 100% to 200% of my amount that I've put in. So guys, you can decide which one you're looking at. I'm personally long at the moment, so I will be selling off the my put after the show because I'm slightly long at the moment. But these are amazing things that you can use later on, and it's calculated leverage. There's certain amounts that you can lose, and it shows you all over here the prices that you can lose. And it's nice because you're not getting liquidated. You know exactly the amount that you're putting in, and the risk versus reward is incredible. So guys, if you go below, you can sign up for a Deribit account, and I would start learning how to do options. Ran has done a couple of videos on Deribit. I've done a couple of them. Our last trades worked well. I went short on the short time frame and long on the high time frame. Market only went up, so my little shorts got destroyed, but my big long put me in the profits, and it's amazing because it's still open and this thing can run, through the whole bull. So it's an amazing way to learn the next tool, and it's not super risky, which is really good. So I want to show you. So if you go below in the description, let's just show you this over here. This is the link that you can use to get into this. Now, guys, also by using this link, there's a bunch of specials at the moment. So if you look at this, you trade to win an Apple Vision Pro and share from an 8,000 USDC prize pool. So if you look over here on the left, first trade, first win, claim your rewards. Make your first trade and claim your reward. Get lucky and win an Apple Vision Pro. So the first 50 traders will win 50 USDC each. Come on, guys. Free cash in the bull, right? Second 100 traders will earn 25 USDC each, and one lucky winner from Apple Vision Pro. You'll only win if you're using the link below, and you can click on this trade section. So everything is below in the description for you guys. Again, we try to give as much as we can in the bull markets. You do need to use the link below over there. And remember, guys, Deribit is a place where you can play with options, and if you want to trade spot and futures, it is there for you guys as well. So if you've enjoyed this and enjoyed learning another tool, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all on the next show. Much love.